loves, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be filming a makeup tutorial for you guys, a beginners friendly makeup tutorial, because on my TikTok I had some people asking me how I do my makeup, how I beat my face, and I wanted to do a tutorial for beginners when they learn how to do their makeup, but I want it to be detailed, and TikTok is not going to give me that platform that I need, to make a really long video, that not really long, but you get what I'm saying, a detailed video that's going to help beginners that want to learn how to do their makeup. Because I want it to be detailed for you guys. I want you guys to get all the tips and tricks, and so that's why I came on here on YouTube to do it for you guys. Okay, so now I'm just gonna clean my face because I have on some skincare product. I've had it on since morning and it's like 2 p.m. right now, and I just want a fresh canvas to work with. I want my face to be clean so we can have a flawless and perfect base. So this is the first step. Make sure your face is totally clean, and that's what I'm just doing. You can see. So I'm just going to go off camera and do my brows off camera. If you guys don't know how to do your brows, you want a video on how to do your brows, you can just comment down and I'll dedicate a video to that, because I don't like doing my brows on camera and talking at the same time. But if you guys want a detailed video and eyebrow tutorial, just let me know and I will do that for you guys. Okay, so for my base, I already applied my skincare, and when I want to do my makeup, sometimes I don't go in with all of my skincare steps. I don't do all of that, but I make sure I apply these two products. This is my moisturizer and this is my serum. So this is just like a base between my skin and the makeup. It's like a barrier between my skin and the makeup, so that the makeup products, the chemicals or whatever in the makeup product, don't seep into my skin and go there and do damage. So you need to make sure you have on your moisturizer or some sort of skincare to protect your skin, and also sets the base for your makeup product, because it's just going to make your face plump, moisturized, and add a base for the makeup product to stick onto. So I do this before I apply my primer. And this moisturizer, I also love it because it's quite sticky, and it really does a good job. So but we all have our skincare products and skincare routine, so just do your own, and the makeup is just what we're going to get into. But make sure you have on your skincare, your base, your moisturizer, and then okay, so I got my brows on, and usually for me my next step is doing my base. But for beginners, I would advise to do your eyeshadow first, and I'm just going to show you guys a simple eyeshadow look, a simple eyeshadow technique that you can use for your everyday makeup look. You can just switch out the colors, but I'm going to show you how to achieve a simple eyeshadow glam. And the reason why I'm advising you to do your shadow before your foundation and concealer is so that when you have any mistakes and all of that, you can just clean it up, and you don't have your shadows falling down onto your eyeshadow. You don't have it falling down onto your base, okay? Because it can be quite tricky for a beginner to finesse all of that and avoid eyeshadows falling on your base. We don't want to stain our base, okay, since we are beginners. Okay, so we're going to do our eyeshadow first, and then we're going to go in with our foundation. So for eyeshadow, I'm just going to show you a simple eyeshadow technique. Okay, so you don't need a lot of brushes. Okay, we're just going to go in with 4 brushes to start off. And this is a big fluffy brush. You can see this is a big fluffy eyeshadow brush. This is a smaller fluffy eyeshadow brush. This is a more tapered brush. This is kind of like pencil. This is for packing in colors, especially dark colors, maybe black shadows to your outer corner. Just concentrating the color to a particular area. So this is like more tapered fluffy brush, and this is a little eyeshadow packing brush. This is flat, it's quite flat. It's usually used to pack shadows to your lid. So these are the 4 brushes we're going to start with. And for our base, we need to have a fresh base, a clean base, to start with. And we're going to go in with a concealer. So I'm using the Elegant Pro. You can just use whatever you have, and we're just going to put a little bit like so to both eyes, and we're going to blend it out like so. I'm not swiping, as you can see. I'm tapping, and that's one of the key to having a good, flawless makeup. You don't swipe, you tap 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 till you blend out. So you want to set your base very likely with a skin tone powder. So the powder you use for your face, you just want to use it to set your base, but very lightly, because we still want it to be a little bit sticky and tacky for our shadows to glue onto. So we're just going to lightly set, very lightly, not doing too much. So I went ahead and created an eyeshadow look for you guys off camera, so I have an idea of what I'm creating for you guys. And it's just a simple look that we use just 4 shades of eyeshadow. We use just 4 shades to achieve this gorgeous look, and I'm going to show you how to do that using this nude this is a Blossom palette, eyeshadow palette, and it has a lot of nudes and colors, and it's very friendly, beginner friendly. I mean, you get lots of nudes, you get lots of colors, pop of colors, and you get shimmers, lots of shimmers. So this is a good one for beginners, and it's going to help you save some coin if you're just starting out, buying makeup products. Okay, so I used this color, the black, that's one of the shadows I used. This brown, that's 2, this 3, and this yellow. Or mustard. This is a mustard color, not like a really yellow, but a mustard yellow color. So that's 4. So this is our first color. This is the first color I'll be going into. But before I do that, I'm just going to use our concealer brush to tap 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 and make sure I have no creases on my eyelid. Okay, and then we're going to go in with our first brush, which is this fluffy brush, and we're going to go in with our crease shade. So this is the shade we're going to use all over our crease. This is our starting shade. This is what is going to bring all of the other colors together. This is our first color. Okay, we're going to apply that and crease. And if you don't know where your crease is, just take anything and you see your sockets, that deep space, that's like your eye socket area, that is your crease, and we're just going to apply this all over like so. Blend, 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 blend. So you're just going to blend this color out till it fades out. Okay, so I'm just going to dip it one more time, and yep, there we go. And make sure whenever you're doing your crease color, make sure you bring it out to this point. Do not stop like this place. No, when you stop in this place, it's not going to bring the whole look together. So you want to take it to the sides of your nose like so, and blend it out. So this is already blended, and now I'm going to go in with the other smaller fluffy eyeshadow brush. This is more small, and I'm going to go in with this dark brown. And for this, I'm not going to apply it all over my crease. I'm just going to concentrate I'm just going to concentrate it, that part where your eye socket is. That's it. You can see how I'm digging into it. So that's it, and we're just going to concentrate it there. And that's why we're using a smaller fluffy brush, so that way we have more control as to where the shadow is going, so it's not just going all over our eyes. So we have control as to where we want to place it, and we concentrate it there. So I'm just doing that, and I'm taking it out, and you're just going to blend. That's the key. You blend. If your hand is not hurting, then you're not blending properly. So you blend till your hand hurts. So I'm just blending. I'm not taking it up. As you can see, that brown is still peeking through. I'm not going to take it up to that place. I'm just going to concentrate it here, and yeah. Another tip is to go back in with the first color, the brush we use for our first color. You don't necessarily need to dip back into the eyeshadow. No, just whatever is left on the brush, you just go over it one more time and make sure that both colors are blending into each other, and there is no ash line, meaning you don't see where one color starts and where one stops. They're just together, and that's the tip. Go back in with the first brush and just lightly blend it out together. And now for our third shade, which is the black, we're going with the tapered brush. This has like a pointy tip to it, and you see where your eyelid stops, whenever your eyelid stops, you're just going to flick it up very lightly. Flick it up and make sure you don't take it above here. Make sure you're stopping, around your crease, like, yeah. So you flick it up very lightly, flick, and we're gonna blend it like inward a little bit, so it's not just a straight line. We're just going to blend it and stop maybe halfway, like 1/3 of our eye space, like so. And we're just going to keep doing that, and we're going to go back into that brown just very lightly, because we need to blend out the black. And yeah, we're going to blend out the edges of the black so we don't have any harsh lines. And also on our lid, we're going to apply it, where the black stops, you're just going to apply this brown shade on top of it, so it's soft and blended out. Okay, now we're going to go in with our matte shade, and this is the place where you can do, this is the part where you can do whatever you want to do. So you can go in with the orange, you can go in with the, you can go in with whichever pop of color you want. You can go in with matte, you can go in with shimmer shades, whatever, just do you for your lid. You can just switch that, you can go with pink, green, whatever it is you want to do, just do. So for the sake of this video, we're going with this yellow mustardy color. And you need a small brush. You can see how small this brush is, so that way you can get in and you don't mess up the whole look. So yeah, and for this part, you want to tap and press, tap and press, tap and press. When you tap and press, you get more pigmentation. Tap and press. That's all. Tap and press, tap and press. And yeah, there we go. So that's it. And I'm not doing a liner for this video. I'm not doing a wing liner or eyeliner or whatever, so I'm just gonna leave it this way because it really looks good, and this is quite simple and quick to do for a beginner. So this is okay. Now we're going to move on to our base, and after our base, we're going to finish with the rest of our eyes. The eyes are not done yet. We've done just the upper part of our eyes. We've not done the lower part, but we're going to do our base first before we do our lower eyes. Yeah. So after your foundation, you might have some fallouts, and you just want to clean it, but do not swipe because we've already applied our skincare and stuff, so it's not going to be quite a lot of fallout. I mean, you take like a wipe and just dab, it's gonna take any fallouts that you have on your nose, and that's just it. And now we're gonna go in with primer, but if you feel the need to reapply your skincare, that's fine, that's okay. And for primer, you need a primer, definitely. For primer, I'm using the Zickel one, and this is affordable and beginner friendly, so we're just going to use the Zickel primer. And I'm just I think I'm gonna apply this on a brush. I'm using a flat brush like this to apply my primer. Okay, so this pump is trying to embarrass me. I'm just going to use the wand and apply a primer, and I'm going to distribute this using a brush. This is a flat foundation brush. And now for foundation. For foundation, I'm using 2 foundation just because I'm extra and I love to mix. But if you have one foundation that is your actual shade and it matches your skin tone perfectly, you don't need to use 2 foundations. But for me, I'm extra because I know I just like to get a perfect undertone and shade. And I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me. This is the luminous one, the luminous plus smooth, and in the shade 330. And I'm using the Zickel Skin Fit liquid foundation in Tokyo. So I'm just going to mix this 2 on the back of my hand to warm it up, and I'll be right back. So for me personally, I don't go heavy on foundation. I don't use too much foundation. I use as little as possible as I can. So I just went in with 1 pump of each of the foundation, and I just mix it up at the back of my hand, and this just helps to warm it up. And that's it. And for this video, I'll be using a foundation brush. I love using the blender, but if you are a beginner and you're not really familiar with the technique of using the blender to apply your foundation, it's just going to soak up all of your products, okay? Because the foundation soaks up a lot of product. All right, so let's go in with our brush. and I'm just going to, use the excess like that, and we're gonna tap 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 like so. And for my foundation, I concentrate it on the lower portion of my face. I don't take it, all the way to my eye or eye bags or whatever. I don't take it up to this place because we're going to apply our concealers and I don't want it to be cakey. So I don't apply foundation directly to my under eye and to my nose because we're going to, do the whole highlighting and contouring, and that's just going to be too much product on that particular area, and those area tends to, crease up and gets oily the fastest. Okay, so I concentrate it around my jawline and the upper portion of my face. All right, so you want to tap when you're blending your foundation. You don't want to swipe, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do this. You want to tap 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 tap. As you can see, that's what I'm doing. And yep, tap. Do not forget your jawline. Take it all the way to your jawline. Yeah, you want to do that, because you don't want a sharp line or a demarcation or whatever. So now for my nose, I'm just going to take, whatever is left on a foundation brush. I'm just going to, apply that to my nose. You can see I didn't take any product to apply, I'm just using whatever is left on the brush. And my nose is the last place I apply my foundation. So whatever is left on the brush, that's what we apply on the nose. So it's not cakey, there's not too much product on there because we're going to go in with our contouring and highlighting, with the concealers. So I just, do this with whatever is left on my brush, and that's it. As you can see, I did not apply any foundation onto my under eyes. I did not do that. I stopped right here. Okay, that's what you want to do. And voila, we have a flawless foundation base. And now we're going to highlight and contour. For our concealer, this is a concealer. I'm just concealing first. I conceal and then I highlight. All right, so to conceal you just need like a concealer that is like 2 shades lighter than your normal skin tone. So this is like 2 shades lighter than my skin tone, and we're going to use this, and I'm just going to apply this to the inner corners of my eye, like so, not too much. And as a beginner, you want to use a concealer that does not dry out too fast. You want to use a concealer that will give you, time to walk around it. Okay. And I'm just going to apply just a tiny bit around there. I'm going to do the same to our other eye, like so. And like so. And now for the sides of our nose. We're going to apply to our chin, like that, and the cupid's bow, like so, and the bridge of our nose. Okay. Okay, now for contouring. Usually I do not contour, I bronze up. So because if I want to contour, I would go deeper than this, and it will be a much cooler tone of concealer, but I'm using a warm tone of concealer and it's not so dark. Okay, so I'm just going to apply this, and you want to place your contour. You see this is your side bun, so you can see, but you want to place it slantwards like that. Okay, so basically right on top of your cheekbone. Most people go below like this place, but no, if you want a more lifted look, you want to apply it right on top of your cheekbone, like so. So I'm just going to apply this right here. Everywhere I want to bring shadow or warmth, that's what I'm doing. And your forehead, the temple, like so. And we can't forget the sides of our nose, and we're going to start it up from from the front of our brows. It's hard to talk while doing some steps, so just watch and you get a hang of what I'm doing. Okay, so that's it. And the first thing I'm gonna blend out is my bronzer or contour, whichever one you're doing. And I'm just gonna blend. As you can see, I'm pushing upward. I'm not bringing it down. Tapping at the same time. I'm pushing it upwards, like so. So we have a lifted look. We're just going to blend everything out. But first, we're blending out our bronzer or contour, whichever one you're doing. Like so. When it comes to the one on your jawline, you want to bring it down to your neck, like so. I'm gonna bring it down. Okay. Make sure you're connecting the bronzer on your temple down to the one on your cheekbone, like this. Okay, you're connecting both of them. Okay, so now to blend out the contour on your nose, you want a brush that is angled like this. You can see this one is angled, a fluffy angled brush like this one. So this will help you work better. And I tap at the same time. I swipe lightly, very lightly. We don't want to disturb your base, so you want to be very gentle with this step. Tap, tap, tap. Take it to the front of your brow. And don't worry about this ash line, because in a minute that's gonna disappear when we blend out our concealer. Okay, so for concealer, I already blended out this eye, as you can see, and I'm using the beauty blender for this step. It's I'll advise you to use a beauty blender for this step because it's going to be easy for you and it's going to give you a seamless blend. So I'm pressing it and tapping at the same time. So press and tap, press and tap. Do not swipe. I just composed a song for you guys. Okay, press and tap, press and tap. If you see me looking into this direction, that's where my mirror is. Okay, because I need to see what I'm doing. I need to see what I'm doing. So press tap, and bring it to the side of your nose, close to your contour. You can see that line has disappeared. So that's what you want to do. Press and tap. Do not forget the sides of your nose. Blend wherever you applied your concealer. Blend, press tap, press tap, press tap, press tap, press tap, press tap, press tap. And you can totally leave this like this, but for me I'm extra, so I want to highlight. I want my under eye to be much brighter than this, but you're good like this. Yeah, okay, you can just set, but if you want that extra zhuzh, that extra brightness, we're going to highlight. All right, using another shade of concealer that is much lighter than the one we already applied. So I'm using this LA one. This is really bright, super bright. So I'm just going to add just a dot like that because this is really bright, like so, and I'm only applying this to the inner corners of my eye and just a little bit on the bridge of my nose, and just like that. So that's all I'm doing. I'm not doing more than this because this is super bright, and we're going to blend. I'm going to blend, tap, the same technique. You can see this is bright, and blend, like so. Yeah, so I'm gonna blend this out. You already know the technique, and we're gonna set. Okay, so I forgot to hit record. I'm so sorry. I already set my under high, but basically what I did is I set first with a pressed powder, but a powder that's lighter than my skin tone. And that's what I used to set, and a fluffy brush like this, because I did this because when you go in with a loose powder and your beauty blender and you don't take the excess powder off first before going in, you're going to have patches. It's not going to be smooth. All right, so before you set, go back in one more time with your beauty blender and just blend everything out. Make sure you have no creases because you don't want to set your creases. After you blend out again with your beauty blender, we're going to go in with a pressed powder, but one that is lighter than your skin tone, and a fluffy brush like this, and you're just going to lightly, so this is, we're lightly setting first. That's just this step, and as you can see, I have a smooth under eye, no creases, and it's not heavily caked or whatever. It's just light and smooth. So that's what you want to achieve. All right, now I'm gonna set the rest of my face using this powder from Issa and Dose. Okay, this is exactly my shade, and I'm just going to lightly set the rest of my face to make sure everything is in place. Take that over your nose, and I'm gonna set. Don't forget your jawline. Set. And now that's set, we're gonna go in with our powdered bronzer or contour, whichever one we're using. Okay, to bring back color to our face, I'm gonna bronze again, and I'm using this shade right here and a very fluffy brush, and basically I'm just going to apply this everywhere we applied bronzer. So I'm just, you know, reintensifying the color, bringing back warmth to our face. So that's what I'm doing. So basically everywhere you applied your bronzer and contour. Okay, and for a nose, we're gonna go back in and, you know, very lightly contour our nose again. Like I say, always bring it to the front of your brow, because we want that connection, so everything looks fused in together, like so. I'm gonna stop halfway there, connect it like so, and then I'm gonna do the tip of my nose like so. So this is how I like to do my own nose contour. There. So I applied my brush, and I used the orange blusher because I love orange. I love a good orange blush, and then basically I placed it right on the apples of my cheek like this, and I took it all the way to the side of my eyes, to the corner of my eyes like so. Yeah, so that's what I did. And if you feel like you've applied too much blush, you can always fix it with your powder brush and a little bit of powder, and, you know, just, you know, tone it down. And yeah, that's it. Set and at the same time bake, and I'm using a translucent powder like this one, and we're going to lightly place this underneath our eyes and trace down the sides of our nose. So we are baking and also doing a reverse contour, you know, just to define everything and make sure everything is, you know, on point. And at the same time, I'm setting again. Okay, so that's what you want to do. So if you have any place that oils mostly, that oils really fast, you want to, you know, apply this to that area. For me, is my smile line, and I'm just going to set that place too. A little bit of mascara never hurt nobody. And we're gonna highlight, and I'm just going to place this right on the apples of my cheek like so. A little bit on my forehead. I'm gonna dust this over my cupid's bow and a little bit of my chin like that, you can see. And then I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush like this, a pencil brush, from the bridge of my nose. I only apply this to the bridge of my nose, like this portion right here. I don't bring it down, I just apply it right between my eyes right here, and then the tip of my nose like so, you can see. So that's how I apply. And I'm gonna apply just a little bit of the shimmer to the inner corner of our eyes, just to make it pop. And now we're gonna do our lips. Okay, so for lips, I'm gonna be doing a simple, you know, nude lip. And first we're gonna take a dark brown pencil like this, make sure it's sharp, and we're gonna outline our lips. I love to outline the top of my lip, but for the bottom part, I just for the natural outline of it. I can't talk while I'm doing this, so you're gonna have to watch and just follow through. I'm gonna go in next with lip gloss, a brown lip gloss like this one, and basically top it off on top of the black on top of the brown lip liner. A nude color, we're going with this. And we're gonna blend. I'm gonna do this till you have the desired blend you want. I'm gonna top it off with this lip gloss. It's actually lip oil, but I really like it because of the shimmer. But I'm not gonna use it directly. I already placed a little bit on the back of my hand because I don't want to stain the brush. So we're gonna use the tip of a brush to apply it. And there we go. And now to set, we're gonna use this So Pro. We're just going to set, and you know, we want to cover your eyes. And don't think it's too close to your face. Do not take it too close to your face, okay? You want to, you know, spray it from a distance, like so. This is the finished looks. I'm gonna go, you know, change, put my head down, and I'll be right back to, you know, say goodbye to you guys. Okay, this is the finished look, guys, and as you can see, we're looking so good. Like, the makeup is on point, it's flawless, and it's just beautiful. And this is a very simple and easy, beginners friendly technique that you can try. I mean, you can literally do this. You can beat your face like this, you can look good like this. So yeah, let me know if you guys will be trying this out, and if you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask and I'll be happy to answer. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.